Sup, nerds? I'm Aaron.
I'm Big T.
And we are taking a look at Drop It.
And then we're going to drop it. Oh, this is Aaron's copy, so it's okay.
Drop It is a really simple game, and it's definitely kind of like a party-ish game. I mean, it's definitely only for 2 to 4 players, or teams. You can have, like, a bunch of teams.
You have 1,000 people on one team.
It wouldn't be as, interesting, because you could drop, like, one piece. But it's a very simple, straightforward game. You're dropping shapes into this clear
tower.
It kind of looks like if you had an ant farm when you're growing up. Kind of looks like that. You're dropping these shapes in. Depending on where they land, you'll get points if they're cross certain.
It kind of looks like that rain machine thing that Joey had in that one season of Friends with the alternate universe. Remember that? And it makes him, he wants to pee. You've never seen Friends.
No.
Shut up.
But this game is such a hit when you break it out, especially at like if you're drinking or something. It's a lot of fun because people are just like, I can definitely get this to drop in there. It kind of feels like Connect 4, but without the barriers. Like you're just like trying to get it to line up.
Kind of feels like Plinko, but without the sticks.
Yeah.
I don't know why we keep describing it. You guys can see it right now.
You're just dropping things and scoring points.
But, there's so much restriction there because the same color can't touch, nor can the same shape touch. And then there's barriers on the edge here where certain things can't touch. So, it's touching the triangle. It's a dexterity game where I feel like it has the least amount of skill involved. Does that make sense? There is some amount of skill, but in Flick 'em Up, right? I was talking about how, I don't love dexterity games because I feel like that's just a skill I don't have. I'm just not good at it. And there's people who are just going to be naturally better at that strange form of hand-eye coordination, being able to flick or kind of throw things. And in here, I feel like this kind of gives everybody the most level playing field because while you're still thinking, ooh, I got it, there's still a lot of just gravity and ricochet involved there. So nobody with a lot of really good dropping it skill is going to have that much of an edge over anybody else.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. After you get past the decision making, it does come down to gravity and ricochet, like you said, or just kind of knowing the way pieces are going to bounce. A circle is going to roll off of everything until it finds its resting place.
It's going to find the lowest point, yeah. Damn it. I suck so hard.
Why'd you drop a square?
And then touching the blue.
And if you're bad at games like this, if you're bad at dexterity games, this actually has a little built-in mechanism which is really cool. They have these joker tiles. If you ever mess up a rule and you touch a square on a square, and you're like, oh man, that's a lot of points that I'm missing out on because I just broke a rule, you can actually trade in one of your joker tiles and actually score it.
Mm-hmm. But those joker tiles are 3 points at the end of the game if you don't use them, so you want to, use them when it's a really big deal.
Yeah, up here at the top, when you're scoring 8 points, and maybe if you're in that circle, to get that bonus too, so a 10-point token that you could be scoring, you're like, yeah, it's definitely worth trading in this 3 points for that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 10 is more than 3.
I don't know what else to say. This game is just, it's very light, very fun, very simple to teach, and just explaining, hey, you're going to drop this, try not to make colors touch or shapes of the same shape touch, and people got it. You just start going at it. It's kind of has that, Jenga or, just party aspect to it, where it's like, oh, you can just jump right in this and play it, and it's going to be... Every time we play it, we get really loud and rowdy. You're like, oh man, that was awesome. I don't know, I guess it depends on your play group. If you're into these style games, you're going to have a lot of fun playing it.
I think the comparison he just made to Jenga is probably a really good one because, I was comparing it to other dexterity games like Flick 'em Up or Monstrous or Flip Ships or whatever. And while this is in the dexterity game category, it's really incomparable to talk about those other games when we're talking about Drop It. Something like Jenga is much more accurate, and it has that same kind of light feel. You can definitely play this with kids, with your family members. I haven't done it yet, but I'm certain this game will definitely pass the Tom's Mom challenge. Is this game simple enough that Tom can play it with his mom? And I'm certain I will be able to do that. I really would recommend this for pretty much any gaming group. Unless you're all really serious, savvy Euro gamers or whatever. And I could see that. I could see, busting this out with some of my more serious gamers just, to kind of break the ice or whatever. And there being a guy or somebody grumbling, like, this is dumb, why are we doing this? But I mean, like, come on. I feel like everybody needs something light like this on their shelf.
Yeah, because you could almost categorize this as a toy. So, like, there are going to be some people like, I don't play with toys. I only play with big games. So, like, just don't play with those people. Play with
people.
Play with your cool friends that actually like to play party games, and make it where if you mess up, you have to do a shot or something. Then you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, this could be a great drinking game. Absolutely. Like, every time you put one down, you have to take 5 drinks. That's... It's fast. It's a fast game.
Alcohol poisoning at its finest.
Heck yeah.
Get some green in here.
I kind of want to do as much ricocheting as I possibly can, just because this can't touch, like, anywhere. Hey.
Whoa.
Oh, it's touching there. Okay.
Idiot.
Well, so if you like dexterity games...
So if this game looks fun to you, we'll have a link in the description box down below where you can pick yourself up a copy. I definitely recommend it.
I highly recommend it too. And the other thing I recommend is that while you're down there, you should subscribe to our channel so you will never be bored. Finger guns.
We're gonna drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like my baby. Drop it like that Christmas weight.
Drop it like a deuce. The tom drums.
Drop it like it's covered in butter.
Drop it like you're in an infomercial.
Drop it like that chemistry class you can't. Drop it like that chemistry class you're never gonna pass. God, it's too much rhyming. I can't do that one.
Welcome to Drop It. It's like Bop It.
It's just like Bop It. Oh my god.
Drop it. Like if you had like the voice.
Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
Sup nerds, your boy AA Ron here.
And Big T, what up?
We're taking a look at Drop It.
Oh,
Drop it like it's our new record.
Oh, that's a good one.